can start on your back, spread out. Get as much surface area as possible touching, and you can close your eyes and slow down your breath. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. And let's slide arms overhead, stretch out long through your fingers and toes as long as you can. And then interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, maybe a little jiggle, rock. And straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle. Both directions. Bend your knee in, and then open your knee out to the right, straightening part way or all the way out to the right, and grounding down through the back of the left leg. Let's release, bend the right knee, and then bring it across, spinal twist. Open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, straighten your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, take a little circle or rock. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long, squeeze this knee in close. Straighten this leg up, flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle, both directions. Bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten whatever amount works for you out to the side, exploring your own limits. Shouldn't look or feel or be any other way than it is for you now. And then release. Bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then try straightening the left leg on a low diagonal. Left arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, circle or rock, and then make your way up to sitting. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you want to sit up on something, you have something, feel free to grab a cushion or blanket. And let's take one elbow on top of the other. If you can, get the palms together, do so. If you can't reach, just grab a thumb or focus on the elbows. And push some pressure between the elbows like you're going to pull them apart, spreading the upper back. And as you inhale, spread the rib cage, getting a little stretch in the intercostal muscles. Let's release. Notice which arm is on top before you release. Take a couple gentle swings. And bring your hands to the floor behind you, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back, elbows back. Lift the heart as high as you can. Like you're filling up a balloon in the chest, floating it up to the ceiling. And then release. Come up, hands to knees. Round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin to your chest. Rounding. Roll your way up. Let's recross the legs. So the other leg is in front or on top. And then other arm on top, opposite of what you just did. Eagle arms. Put some pressure between them. Spreading the rib cage, spreading the torso. Feel your sit bones lengthen up away from that wide, long torso. And then release, couple gentle swings. And again, hands to the floor behind you, shoulders back, elbows back. Lift the heart. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way up, still holding the knees. Pull the chest through. Come to an upper back arch, keeping the back of the neck long. And then round back. Bring your feet to the floor and bring your hands behind the legs. We're going to round and put pressure up on the backs of the knees like you're trying to touch your head to your tailbone in the front. Roll up from the base of the spine to arch back, but also lean back. So now abdominals are really working to support you. We'll go back and forth between these two positions. Exhale, round. Inhale, roll up and arch. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Now exhale back, release the arms, come down a little lower. Inhale, same arch, but arms come by the ears. Exhale back. Inhale up. Back. And up. Back. And let's come up and hold here. Lifting up away from the sit bones, and you can decide how much you lean back, how much you lift the chest. Release, round back, and you can decide how low you go. Strong core, relaxed shoulders, relaxed face. And then release, come back up. And let's come forward onto hands and knees. you want to pad your knees and you have something to put under there, feel free to use that. Spread your fingers flat and active, hands right under shoulders. Inhale, lift your head and tailbone arching. Exhale, round, draw the belly in. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Bend your elbows straight back. Dip part way or all the way to the floor and then press up slowly from there. Round. Arch. Go way forward to dip down. If going all the way down is too much, just do what feels right. Maybe it's 1 or 2 inches. Push up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down. Elbows hugging the sides of the body. Press up. Round. Arch. One more time. Dip down. Press up. Round and then sink back to child's pose. Spreading the lower back, releasing the upper back, releasing your head, neck, shoulders. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Back through center and over to the other side. And back to center. Let's set the forearms so they're shoulder width apart. You can measure by reaching your fingers around your forearms. And then place your forearms down so they're parallel with one another. And then step your feet back to come into a forearm plank. Sometimes lower back issues are caused by weak core, or strengthening the core can have positive effects on lower back issues. So whenever I have something going on with my lower back, I do a lot of plank poses. So let's lift the underside, the shins, the quads, the belly, the chest, the front of the neck, everything lifting up evenly. Reaching out through the head and the heels evenly. And shift to one side. Lift the left arm up. Your feet can be one in front of the other or one on top of the other. Reaching long through the fingers, long through the top of the head. And then back to neutral. And over to the other side. Can your breath be slow and deep when you're working, when there's intensity? And release. Let's come back to child's pose. Let it go here. And we'll take a little upper back shoulder stretch in child's pose. So let's walk the elbows in and forward with fingers pointing up. You can take the palms together, inch your elbows forward so they're about shoulder width apart, and then drop the chest. If you want to deepen this, you can push into your fingertips so the wrists come apart from one another and the forearms are closer to parallel. Let's release the arms down and then come up to table. We'll get set up for a twist, thread the needle. So from tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift the left arm up as high as you can and then curl from fingertips down, thread it behind your right wrist and keep going until you come to your shoulder and side of your head. And then push your right hand into the floor or into the bottom forearm to roll open through the top shoulder. Release, unwind. Take a few rolls through your spine, arching, curving. Back to neutral. Right arm lifts up. Curl from fingertips down, thread it through, come onto your shoulder or side of your head, and then push into the left hand. Release, unwind, take your time. Again, a few rolls through the spine or any other front to back or side to side movement, evening out the two sides. And let's come to sitting. We'll extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or cushion if that's useful. Use your hands to support you, either hands on feet, hands on a strap around the feet or something like a strap, or hands on the floor. What's going to work best for you right now? Going towards length, towards folding. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Bring the soles of the feet together. And grab your toes or your ankles with that grip. Lengthen and fold. Elbows can push into the legs to help them open. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. You're going to kick your foot into your hand and let your arm be pulled off your back. And you can actually schlump, like let your belly sink back, your chest sink, let your head sink. So your arm is being pulled one way and your back is going back the other to stretch between the shoulder blades, the whole back, especially on the right side. And second variation will come right up onto the sit bones. Draw your shoulder blade back on your back and then open the right leg out to the side. You can straighten it whatever amount you're able. If all the way straight is too much, keep it a little bent. And your left hand can be on your left knee, pulling you forward, coming right up onto the sit bones, lifting the chest. And then release. Switch sides. First variation, left hand to the inside of the left foot, slump. Let your arm be pulled off your back, sink back through the chest and belly, let your head hang. And then roll up. Second variation, more traditional alignment, shoulder blades on the back, spine nice and tall. Open the left leg out to the left just as much as you can. You might pull against the right knee to help sit you tall. And then release. Let's come back onto our backs. Bring your knees in and take a little circle or rock with your knees. And then we'll grab the soles of the feet on the inside and press your knees towards the floor. This is a little bit like what we were just doing, except on our backs, different orientation to the floor, to gravity. So you might try straightening one leg at a time, just like you did sitting. It doesn't have to be any more straight than you can. Here the back is nice and long, supported by the floor. And try the other side. You might try both at once, whatever amount, part way or all the way. And then release. Take a little circle or rock with your knees again, massaging the lower back. And then we'll set up for Shavasana. Now, if you have something to put under your knees or thighs, a couple blocks, a pillow, a foam roller, cushion, blanket, rolled up yoga mat, a lot of things could work, can help the lower back be a little bit longer and more relaxed. A healthy back will have a space between the lower back and the floor when you're lying flat, but for some bodies it can feel a little uncomfortable, so some support under the knees or thighs can help that be a little bit more at ease. Going to attend to any other movement or touch or anything that's going to help you relax. Eventually settling into stillness, letting your body release. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles. And then take a big stretch out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Silently thanking yourself for your practice. Namaste. Thank you.